If the Los Angeles Lakers could go back in time to the 2025 NBA trade deadline, they would make the same Luka Doncic trade 100 out of 100 times. It was a no-brainer move to make. However, the Lakers may have been victims of their own success following the Doncic trade. Not many expected the team to compete for a championship due to some roster issues, but the team played so well with Doncic that many started to believe they could win it all. Unfortunately, the Lakers got knocked out by the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round of the playoffs. Doncic was fine in the series, but he wasn't able to reach the same heights he has in the playoffs in the past. Doncic is likely the face of the Lakers for the foreseeable future, but if he wants to be considered one of the all-time greats, he has to win a championship, according to Hall of Famer Magic Johnson. Great job by Coach J.J. Redick to put everybody on notice on the Lakers team that they have to be in better conditioning for them to win an NBA championship. And I'm glad that Luka listened to J.J., Johnson said on ESPN's Get Up. Luka, it's great what you did in Dallas, but the difference is in Los Angeles. We expect championships. And we expect our superstars to lead us to a championship. LeBron has already did that. Now we want Luka to do the same thing. Johnson talks Lakers needs. Doncic is the Lakers' most important player, but even with how good he is, he's never won a championship. It's going to take more than just him to get Los Angeles another championship, and Johnson made sure to acknowledge that. But it's going to take more than just Luka, Johnson said. It's going to take more than just Luka being in shape. Rob Pelinka has gotta improve the roster. We need a big man, and so hopefully we'll be able to get a big man during this offseason. I think we must improve the bench as well, and so Rob will have a chance to do that as well. We gotta get faster. Right now, the Lakers are too slow, and Minnesota really exposed the Lakers. When they had individual matchups, they went at Luka and they went at Austin Reeves, so they must improve the defense. If they don't improve the defense, it's no way the Lakers can win a championship. Can Lakers get back to NBA Final? As long as LeBron James doesn't fall off too much next season and Doncic is still an all-NBA level player, the Lakers will be in the playoff mix. However, the team does need to make some moves. They can't go into the playoffs with Jackson Hayes being their only playable center. They understand this and are likely to be aggressive in adding a center. The trio of Doncic, Reeves, and James is very strong, but they all have similar skill sets. The Lakers could also use another sharpshooter. If the team has a good offseason, they could be one of the favorites to win it all next season. Los Angeles Lakers legend Kobe Bryant always had a flair for the dramatics, and that was certainly the case in the final game of his career. It's no secret that injuries hampered Bryant in the back half of his career, and he was a shell of himself in his 20th and final season. In true Kobe fashion, though, he turned back the clock in his final game and scored 60 points to lead the Lakers to a comeback victory over the Utah Jazz as the basketball world watched on in awe. Even Bryant's teammates couldn't believe what they were seeing, as a number of Lakers players at the time were super young and weren't around to see the shooting guard at the peak of his powers. Larry Nance Jr. was one of those young players, and he recently took to social media to express how special that night was for him and his carry. Being on the floor with Bryant during that performance must have been surreal for Nance, who was just a rookie at the time. It's easy to become a fan when watching Kobe get into that zone, but Nance and the other Lakers players had to stay locked in, which they did to earn a comeback victory in what was a special night. Free star. Los Angeles Lakers legend Kobe Bryant always had a flair for the dramatics, and that was certainly the case in the final game of his career. It's no secret that injuries hampered Bryant in the back half of his career, and he was a shell of himself in his 20th and final season. In true Kobe fashion, though, he turned back the clock in his final game and scored 60 points to lead the Lakers to a comeback victory over the Utah Jazz as the basketball world watched on in awe. Even Bryant's teammates couldn't believe what they were seeing, as a number of Lakers players at the time were super young and weren't around to see the shooting guard at the peak of his powers. Larry Nance Jr. was one of those young players, and he recently took to social media to express how special that night was for him and his career. Free star. Being on the floor with Bryant during that performance must have been surreal for Nance, who was just a rookie at the time. It's easy to become a fan when watching Kobe get into that zone, but Nance and the other Lakers players had to stay locked in, which they did to earn a comeback victory in what was a special night. Larry Nance Jr. gained confidence from Lakers teammate Kobe Bryant. Larry Nance Jr. previously spoke about how playing with Kobe Bryant on the Lakers helped him gain confidence as the legend encouraged him to dunk everything. That was the first thing he told me. It was funny, we were playing the Hawks, and I'm an athletic dude. I came in athletic. I knew I was athletic, but it's the NBA. Guys are bigger, faster, strong, and more athletic. So I tried to finish around Al Horford one time and missed. Tried to finish around Paul Mills one time and missed. We came to the timeout, and he just grabbed my jersey and was like, hey, MF. I've seen you in practice. Dunk everything. I don't care who's there. They can't touch you. Dunk everything. So it's funny, one of the very next possessions, I caught it in the post, ripped middle, and just boom. Right on top of them both. And that just spurred my career forward. It was a really cool moment because, I don't know why I needed to be told that you could do the same thing you did in college here. But I don't know, him having belief in me was all I needed to just really go do it. The Los Angeles Lakers desperately need a center as the team enters the upcoming NBA offseason. After being exposed in the playoffs by the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Lakers front office understands the top priority for the summer. Los Angeles has been linked with multiple players ahead of the offseason, but there remains one perfect match. That would be center Walker Kessler from the Utah Jazz. The Lakers have tried to land Kessler from Utah multiple times before, but they have been shot down each time. However, Kessler is now eligible for a contract extension this summer, and whether Utah wants to pay him remains unknown. According to Lakers insider Dave McMenamin of ESPN, Los Angeles remains very interested in going after Kessler. The Lakers could look to re-engage with the Jazz this summer on a potential deal. Walker Kessler remains a name that the Lakers are intrigued by. That remains a player that the Lakers feel could fill the void that they have at center. Landing Kessler would cost the Lakers a pretty penny, but he could be worth it. Kessler is the exact type of center that Los Angeles wants to put around star guard Luka Doncic moving forward. Kessler is one of the best defensive centers in the game today, and he could completely alter the Lakers roster. While he doesn't space the floor, he is a rim-running, lob threat that Los Angeles could use very effectively. Last season, Kessler averaged 11.1 points, 12.2 rebounds, 1.7 assists, and 2.4 blocks per game for the Jazz. Utah has kept Kessler in very high regard, and they have asked for a massive trade package if they were ever to move him. But with Kessler now eligible to be paid, teams across the league will see how Utah really values him. If the Jazz don't believe he is worth a big extension, trading him this summer would make all the sense in the world. Los Angeles would be at the front of the line in any deal, and Kessler seems to be the main target for the front office. The Lakers can sweeten any offer to the Jazz by taking off the top 4 protections on the 2027 first-round draft pick that they owe Utah. A trade for Kessler still feels unlikely at this point, but this summer could give the Lakers the opening they need. Kessler could be the center of the future in Los Angeles, and the Lakers should do whatever they can to grab him.